But we're going to be doing a tier list today. And not just any tier list of Pokemon, but a tier list of the specific starter Pokemon from Gen 1 all the way through Gen 8. So I will be giving my information, my thoughts on Gen 1 and Gen 2 as well. So this is our tier list. We have the S tier Pokemon. Now these are Pokemon that you should just always pick. They're the best, without a doubt, in their class, in their generation. They are absolutely the best. You should definitely pick them. But even beyond that, we've got Pokemon that are, you should kind of maybe even consider banning if you're trying to play a hardcore Nuzlocke or something like that. But we're going to take a look, and we're going to go from generation to generation. Number A. Yes, number A. Number A is where kind of for Pokemon that are just extremely solid. They're for Pokemon that you should absolutely can't go wrong using them. B is going to be where we place the Pokemon that are average, right? They're not super strong, they're not super powerful, but at the end of the day, they're good Pokemon. There's better Pokemon than them in the run, but you're not going to go wrong by using them. C is below average. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you should definitely consider using them. They're very strong Pokemon. But beyond that, then we have F tier Pokemon. Now, F tier Pokemon, you should probably never use. You guys might be interested on what we put in the F tier, because there's definitely some Pokemon on this list that are F tier. Now, we don't have that many because obviously there's not that many starters. 8 times 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there are 24. We are correct here. But to start off, we're going to start with Generation 1. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Venusaur. As we all know, Bulbasaur is the first evolution going into Ivysaur. And then it is Venusaur. Kind of the third level of the... Guys, look what was just delivered. Yes! Yes! We've got the Boba! Oh, it's a good day. Oh, what the hell did I just do? There we go. All right, so let's dive back on into this. Thank you for the hydrate. We hydrated with Boba this time. All right, back into the tier list. Venusaur starts with Bulbasaur. Venusaur is, I believe, actually... Let's take a look. I think he's poison as well, isn't he? Venusaur. Yes, he does become poison. I always get that confused. Meganium does not. Meganium is just grass. In addition to that, he gets super powerful moves like Solar Beam. He's a tank. He gets really high HP defense. He's a really good Pokemon. I'm going to give him the A tier for our first start on Venusaur. It's not S tier because he's not just broken out of his mind, but he's a good, bulky, tanky typing starter. And good grass poison types are just good to have. Poison's a great move set. Charizard. Now, Charizard's one of everybody's favorite Pokemon. I'm not going to lie. Charizard is... Charizard's a good example of what a solid illustration does to a Pokemon, right? Charizard is a fire flying type. Now, if you look at just Charmander or Charmeleon, they're really good in their first and second stages. When you add in flying to Charizard's typing, you automatically make him an incredibly weak Pokemon. He is pretty quick, which is good, but the fact that he's 4x weak to rock is just better fire types. You can get better fire types in your runs, specifically Torkoal. Torkoal's a fantastic fire bulky type. Due to the fact that Charizard's not super tanky, I'm going to make him B tier, and he's 4x weak to rock. There's just better fire types you can get at the end of the day. There's just better fire types you can get. I think everyone just kind of looks at his design and is like, hey, that's super cool. Blastoise. Blastoise is a bulky water type Pokemon, and that's good. As we've seen in our Nuzlocke run, bulky water types are phenomenal. At the end of the day, he is only water. And if you're only water, you can't really be that great, right? So I'm going to have to put Blastoise in the B tier, behind Charizard. I think that obviously Blastoise could beat Charizard because it's water to fire, but if you were to pick a water type, there's just better water types. Even in this generation, you've got Lapras. Lapras is just a better version of Blastoise. So Venusaur wins in the Generation 1 department. Now we move on to Gen 2. This is where we get Typhlosion, Meganium, and Feraligatr. And to be honest with you, this generation is just kind of terrible. Meganium, literally only grass type, right? Grass type Pokemon. Sure, he gets the powders, but he's grass. He's a bulky grass type. There's much better grass types. I'm going to give Meganium a C. Let's take a look at Feraligatr. Feraligator's typing does not make it as good as Blastoise. It's not as tanky. It's more of an offensive attacker, but it gets terrible offensive attacking moves. It gets Crunch, which is a phenomenal dark type move, but it's not a dark type Pokemon. It's just water, so it doesn't get stab bonus on that. There are ROM hacks, such as Renegade Platinum or Rising Ruby, which make Feraligatr have a dark typing. Makes him a lot better. When you add dark typing to Feraligatr, he becomes an A-class Pokemon. But due to the fact that he's only water, he's a C tier. Typhlosion. So let's take a look at Charizard stats. HP 78. Attack 84. Defense 78. Special attack 109. Special defense 85. Speed 100. Let's move on over to Typhlosion. HP 78. Attack 84. Defense 78. Special attack 109. Special defense 85. Speed 100. Kind of almost like they just went Control C, Control V. Very interesting. For that reason, I am putting Typhlosion in B tier. Due to the fact that he's not flying, he's not weak to flying types. I think that Fire Flying is a weaker version of Fire than just Fire. So he is above Charizard, but he is not A tier. Definitely not A tier. There's definitely better Fire types out there. He's not tanky enough. All they did was Control C, Control V. All right, Generation 3. Now, Gen 3 is a very, very exciting generation for me. Obviously, due to the fact that this is where I started, right? Gen 3 was just incredible. Sceptile is dummy fast. 120 base speed. But one issue that Sceptile has is he's a physical attacker in terms of his moveset, but they give him special attack typing, right? Leaf Blade, Sceptile's best level up move, is a physical attacking move. They give him higher special attacks, so you have to teach him special attacking moves like Solar Beam, like Giga Drain, and other moves that he doesn't learn on his normal level up. And because of that, he can't be an S. I mean, I'm going to put him in A, though, but he is going to be behind Venusaur due to the fact that Venusaur is part Poison type and just a lot bulkier. Blaziken. One of my favorite Pokemon growing up, I gotta be honest with you. I think Blaziken was such a cool Pokemon. When I first played Sapphire, I had no clue what their final evolutions were. I simply chose Pokemon based on what their first forms looked like. And Blaziken was Torchic, which I didn't think looked that cool. It looked like a red chicken. Wasn't a huge fan of that. But Mudkip was super cool, so I ended up choosing Mudkip. Later on, as I learned about their evolutions, I thought, hey, as I was a young, like, 9-year-old child, Blaziken looks so cool. Plus, he gets the move Sky Uppercut, which is just one of the coolest moves in the game. He's not as cool as you might think. I am going to put him in B tier. He is above Typhlosion and Charizard because he is part fighting type. That makes him better than Fire Flying, in my opinion. I think he can take on more stuff. He's really, really good. But at the end of the day, he doesn't quite make it into A tier. In fact, we don't have any fire types that have made it into A tier yet. Swampert is S tier. Absolutely. Possibly almost want to consider banning it. It's so good. You absolutely should pick Swampert in your runs if you are trying to Nuzlocke. Torterra, a grass ground Pokemon. Such an incredible combination. The fact that it learns Earthquake, I believe at level 32? Yeah. When it evolves at level 32, Torterra learns Earthquake. Torterra is an incredible Pokemon. I am putting him above Venusaur. However, he's not quite S tier. Infernape is definitely not one of the tankiest Pokemon. I am going to give him an A tier. In fact, I'm going to put him above Venusaur. I'm going to put him in the top of A tier right now. And then we have Empoleon. I don't believe he's as good as the other starters. I think he is, however, better than, like, I think Sceptile. I think he's a little bit better. In fact, I think he's a little better than Venusaur. I think the Gen 4 starters are just high A tier Pokemon. In fact, I'm actually going to put Infernape up in S just so we have a little differentiation. I think Infernape is S, Torterra and Empoleon, both A's. They're both really solid Pokemon. The Gen 4 starters are so fun. Serperior, they're back into the grass-type Pokemon. The one thing it has going for it is its speed, right? It's very similar to Sceptile in that form. I'm going to put him below Typhlosion, but above Charizard. I think Charizard is actually a really bad Pokemon. In fact, I'm going to put Charizard below Blastoise. Oshawott. Now, I know I don't have much experience with Oshawott, to be honest with you. I don't even know how to spell it. He's a pretty high HP, high attack, high special attack, water-type Pokemon. You know, the fact that Serperior is bulky grass makes me like him more than an attacking water type, so I'm going to put him below Serperior, but above Typhlosion. Let's take a look at Greninja. We can't go with the Protean. I mean, you'd have to farm to get that hidden ability. It's disgusting. However, even without it, I think Greninja's S tier. Let's talk about Delphox next. Now, Delphox is an interesting use case. I don't know. But all I know, the moveset on her, or him, fantastic. So because of that, I think it makes it better than even like Blaziken, and I'm going to put it into A tier. Let's take a look at Chestnut. Dummy slow. Sceptile could get half its speed and still be faster pretty much. You want a grass fighting to kind of be an attacking Pokemon. But a Breloom just wipes the floor with grass fighting. In fact, I'm going to put it in C tier. I'm going to put it below Charizard. I think it's better than Meganium, but definitely below Charizard. I do like what they were doing here. They were going again for the multiple typing starters. Great choice. But they didn't really give this guy really much of anything. Pretty much nothing. F. Like, what? What am I doing? Let's take a look at Incineroar. Incineroar, let's move him up. I'm going to give him a B tier. I think that actually puts him above Typhlosion. I'm going to put it above Oshawott even. Let's take a look at Prima Donna. Actually, extremely niche case. Probably would never want to use that. That does not make it any better. The Fairy typing, however, does make it a lot better. In fact, better than Oshawott. In fact, better than Incineroar. The Fairy typing makes it really good. In fact, I might even put it in A tier. But its stats kind of suck. So let's keep it below Blaziken. Let's take a look. We are continuing on. We're on to the final starters. Actually, some pretty cool starters. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some pretty cool starters. Let's take a look first at, I can't even remember their names. We got Inteleon, right? So attack, really good attack. I'm gonna put him up there, but again, I think grass benefits from being either A, bulky, or B, fast. I think grass types need to be fast or bulky to be super viable. And so because of that, I'm gonna put him behind Superior. Cinderace, the fire type that should be fighting. The fire type that absolutely should be fighting type. 100% should not have put this into the game without making him fire type. I don't care. I don't know what they were thinking. In addition to that, though, he gets a pretty cool move. Pyro Ball. 120 base power, which is an attacking move, and it's physical damage on 116 base attack. Disgusting. Such a good move. For that reason alone, he's better than Typhlosion or any of the other base fire type attackers. And in fact, I want to put him above Blaziken. I really do. But Blaziken actually has the fire type move. So I'm going to move Blaziken up to A tier and put Cinderace at the top of B. Because I think that he needs to be below Blaziken simply due to the fact that he's not fighting, even though he should be a fighting type. And finally, we get down to Inteleon. One of, I think, my favorite Pokemon, I think, in the entire game. I think Inteleon is probably one of the coolest designs ever. He's simply a water-type Pokemon, nothing special about it, but he's so stupidly fast and so stupidly strong in terms of his special attack, and then you add on his Snipe Shot. Dude, he's just such a cool Pokemon. And then he learns U-Turn, so he can fast get out of there. Liquidation, which is just a great move. I mean, it's not great because it's physical attack, but Hydro Pump and Snipe Shot, I think you're going to use Snipe Shot most of the time, so I crit rate. But Inteleon is just such a cool Pokemon. And he's so stupidly fast. And for that reason, I think Inteleon is above Cinderace. In fact, I think he's above Sceptile. And definitely above Delphox. In fact, I think he might even be above Venusaur. Ladies, gentlemen, there you have it. This is our official starting Pokemon tier list. If you disagree, well, I mean, you're wrong. Nothing else I can say about it. Yeah, so next week we'll do a tier list of legendaries, I think. But for now, we will hop on off. We are going to be moving on to some Pokemon. Yay, it's Caplock time, everybody.